Hey everyone, Clawland here, and you're watching another episode of Left Hand Reviews. Today I got a short one for you. We're going to take a look at Flip City Reuse. This is an expansion for Flip City, which I recently reviewed. It's a great game, and alright, let's try that again. So this is Flip City Reuse. Flip City Reuse is an expansion. It offers 2 new sets of cards for the Flip City base game. So I guess I'll show you the 2 cards that come in it and explain what they do and let you know if I think they add enough to the game to justify the cost. As you can see here, Flip City comes in just a standard tuck box. You have some of the new artwork on the front and some details on the cards on the back. When you open it up, first thing you're going to come across here is the card that shows the new rules and the new setup instructions. Basically, you're going to put these decks out just like you would in a standard game, and you're also going to give each player 1 Plumber Shop and 1 Flea Market in their starting decks. And on the back here, it kind of explains the rules for the cards. So let's start off with the Flea Market. So the Flea Market here costs 2. It has an ability that says you can choose to leave this card in your discard pile when you shuffle the deck. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, you can see on the bottom right here, there is a recyclability on the front side of this card, and it gives you 1 coin. So as you play these, they don't do anything. They just sit in your discard pile. But you can leave them in your discard pile until, say, you've built several of them up, and then use the recyclability to generate a whole bunch of cash real quick if you need to buy kind of that bigger, more expensive card. On the opposite side here is the recycling bin, because of course once you recycle it, you're going to flip it. And again, the recycling bin doesn't do anything, but it says after you flip this card, you can flip it 1 more time this turn. So it's basically 1 to flip it back to that flea market side, but it doesn't use up that flip of that 1 flip action you get each turn. So if you have several recycle bins and some extra cash, you can flip multiple ones in 1 turn to get them all back to the flea market side. And then here is the Plumber Shop. So the Plumber Shop gives you 1 frowny face and 2 bucks. It also has a flip cost of 2. And on the bottom it says, choose and discard the top or bottom cards of all opponents' decks. So what you get to do is basically pick top or bottom, and all players must discard that you chose. So you say top, everyone discards top. You choose bottom, everybody discards the bottom card of their deck. So that's kind of cool. Adds a little bit more player interaction in the game, a little more chaos. And then on the opposite side, we have the Renewal Agency. So the Renewal Agency says can only be used to flip for flip and develop actions. So you can basically flip this card back to the opposite side, and you get 3 bucks for it. But as it stated, it can only be used for the flip and develop actions. And you can see it also has a recycle cost of 1. So that's really it. Those are the 2 new cards that come in it. The Plumber Shop is okay. It works better if you are playing a larger game. If you're playing with 2 players, I don't find it terribly necessary. The Flea Market, on the other hand, I really like. The Flea Market is a great way to kind of build up some quick cash that you need real fast. And I like that flipping it back still costs money, but it doesn't use up those precious flip actions. So there you go. Flip City Reuse. Pretty straightforward. Flip City Reuse only offers 2 new cards. It would have been cool if it had, I don't know, maybe like 5, 6 or more new cards to integrate, but you gotta be careful because this is meant to be a smaller travel-sized game, I think, so they didn't want to go crazy on it. And just like most deck builders, you can pick and choose if you want to have both cards in or just 1 card, and you can swap out different cards from the base deck, so you only have a set number of available cards, which is really cool. So all in all, the low cost of this expansion I think is definitely worth it if you're a big fan of Flip City. It does overcome one of the gripes that I have with the base game of it being not terribly interactive with that Plumber Shop. And the Flea Market is a neat new mechanism in the game as well. So Flip City Reuse gets a thumbs up from me. Definitely a great addition to the base game. So I would advise picking it up if you enjoy Flip City. So thanks for watching Left Hand Reviews.